Hi everyone! So today I'm going to teach you how to make an origami crane. So my grandma was born in Okinawa, Japan, so was my dad, and that is kind of where the origami culture originates in my family. And so I grew up surrounded by my grandma constantly making numerous different things out of origami paper, and I was so fascinated, I was like, hey, could you teach me how to make a crane? And ever since, it's just been something super fun that I like to do. So the materials that you will need is either origami paper or just regular printer paper, but if you use printer paper, you're gonna have to form it into like a square and then just cut off the excess with scissors. But so if you have origami paper, it's already in a square and it's kind of a lot thinner, and it has a colored side and then it has a white side. So you can use very basic practice paper like the ones I have here, or you can use kind of more fancy paper that has designs printed on it, and it just looks really pretty with the different designs. So there are numerous different things that you could use. It's a lot easier, I think, to use origami paper, but most people don't have this on hand. So if you do have just printer paper, all you have to do is kind of fold down one of the corners and then you'll have excess off of one side and you just cut it off and then you'll have a square that you can begin with. So let's get started. So to get started, you're going to want to flip your paper over so that you have the colored side facing the table, white side up. If you're using printer paper, it doesn't really matter which side you use. So the first fold you're going to do is you're going to take one corner, bring it over to the other one, and make sure that you kind of line it up as best as you can. It's super important that you take your time in this process. It shouldn't be something that you rush because you want precise folds. And if you're using colored paper like I am, it's best if you don't see a ton of white. Obviously, everything can't be perfect, so you might see some white here and there, but like one of these, you kind of want the color to be the main focus. Instead, if you have folds where you have a lot of white, you might see some of the white show through, but that's always okay. You'll still get the right shape if that happens. So once you make your first fold like this, you're gonna open it back up again and do the same thing from the other side. So we're gonna bring this corner over, press it down, and you also want to make sure that you are doing nice, crisp, clean creases. It is super important because it'll make the folding process easier if your creases are very straight and sharp. So you're gonna open it up again and then flip it over so that the white part is facing down. And we're going to take it and fold it in half horizontally, lining up those edges the best we can. Make sharp creases, and then spin it around and do the same thing on the other side, another horizontal fold across the middle. Making sure my edges are lined up. All right. So now you should have something that kind of looks like this with these different creases on them. Next part kind of gets a little confusing. So you're gonna make sure that it's a diamond shape, almost like this, facing you. And you're gonna take this crease here and fold it down into the middle here. So I like to kind of break it apart a little bit. So you're gonna put, like I said, this crease down under this one. Then once you get there, just kind of re-emphasize those creases that you've already made. And then you're gonna fold this part back across this middle crease that we made earlier. Press down nice and firm, just like so. And then you're gonna do the same on this side. So you're gonna take this middle crease right here, bring it down, push down this corner, and then bring this side, fold back over this middle line. So then you'll have something that kind of looks like this, and then we're just gonna push down this middle piece, trying our best to line up our corners. And you'll have something that kind of looks like a square. So it's super important that you try and keep these flaps facing you the whole time. It'll just make orientation a little easier. So our next step then is really going to take this top flap, this one, and we're gonna fold it in towards that middle crease. Push nice and firmly. And then we're gonna repeat the same on this side. So you see, I do have a little bit of white here showing, which is okay. The end process will still be the same. It's just, if you want a cleaner look, you'll want as little white as possible, but it does take a little bit longer and precision to get there. So once you have this shape, then we're gonna flip it over and repeat those same steps on this back side. So I'm gonna grab this flap, fold it into the middle, create a nice crease there, and then do the same thing on this side. So now we have something that looks like a kite. Next, we're going to want to fold this top triangle down, and this will help guide us in a fold later on. So now we're going to undo all the flaps that we just did. Just like this. And then we're gonna open it up, taking this top flap only, this one right here. And you're gonna kind of use that crease that we just made with that triangle, push it down, and you're gonna take along this indoor crease right here, you're going to take this one and fold it back down to the middle and do the same along the top. So you're gonna follow along this middle crease right here. So it should look something like this. And then you're gonna do the same on this side. So taking, once you already have one side done, it kind of folds in for itself. Press it down, like so. So now that we have this side, we're going to flip it over and repeat those steps on this side. So folding on this middle crease again. Then we're gonna bring in this corner right here to the middle, like so. And then continue it to the top as well. And then repeat it on this side. So now we should have a kite shape like this, and you'll have two little legs at the bottom that should be able to move. So now from here, we are going to take this side, this flap, and fold it inwards to the middle. Like so. And then you're going to repeat the same step on this side, taking it and folding it in, trying to keep as uniform a fold as possible. And then we're going to flip it over, do the same on this side. So I'll fold it in. And then take this side, fold it in. So we still have these little legs down here, but it's a lot smaller. So now we're going to kind of invert it by taking this flap and this flap and folding them together. And you're gonna press along here Then you're gonna do the same. So we have these together, and then you're gonna do the same with these two. Fold them together, like so. So now we have this sort of a shape. And then along this crease here that we've made earlier, we are going to take the top portion, fold it upwards, and then flip it over. Take this one, same thing, fold it upwards. So now it should look something like this. And we're going to do a similar step as previously, and you're gonna invert it again. So you're gonna take these two, fold them in. You wanna try and make sure that this part folds evenly, because this is either gonna be the tail or the beak. So when you fold these two sides in, you kind of wanna make sure that this part is being folded in half, like this. So then on the same side, we're gonna take this one and fold them together, making sure that this center piece folds evenly in half. And if you don't really like how your folds are turning out, you can always adjust them. So now we have this shape. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna take this top piece and fold it down. This is gonna be one of our wings. And then you're gonna take this piece, fold it down like this. So now you have your wings done. And now for the final steps, you're gonna take one of these. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but so this is gonna be my tail. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna pinch the bottom. Same thing on this side. I'm gonna pull it out, pinch the bottom. So this helps keep these outward. And then, so this is gonna be my head. So I'm gonna take the inside of it, kind of pull it down like this, and then push it in and fold here. And then you can pull your head back out, pinch it together, and that's how you get your head to stay out. And there you go. Now you have an origami crane. Now you can add it to any collection that you've made, or once you get more confident with your skills, you can try new techniques like this or like this. I've also made a box. And yeah, you can kind of just do whatever you want with your new skill. Thank you for watching.